Hello and welcome back to my channel. This video goes out to everyone new to gardening. I have a few aces up my sleeve to help overcome a few startup problems. So follow me along for a few tips that would make starting up easier this year. The first advice would be don't be afraid to start and don't be afraid to fail. I have taken advice from many experienced gardeners on YouTube and started small. This whole area was actually a huge garden a few years ago and I had no experience. I didn't even know what soil I had, or I just put the seeds in the ground and some raised beds and everything outgrew me and it was totally overwhelming. So we just re-sowed our grass. I can show you, because this is what I mean. You don't have to be afraid. You don't actually have to be afraid to destroy your yard, because if you start and you fail, sow new grass and now it's a completely green garden again.
Creating a list of your favorite fruits, vegetables and herbs not only guides your garden planning, but also helps you cultivate exactly what you love. There is no use in growing squash if nobody in your family eats it.
So when your list is done, try to figure out what you want to start with.
And take a moment to draw a map of your garden. Your map becomes a sun tracking guide, allowing you to position sun-loving and shade-loving plants in the perfect spots. Strategic planning helps you optimize plant placement based on sunlight exposure, water accessibility and potential companionship.
This area gets flooded when it's raining, so it's perfect for plants who need a lot of water. So this is my field where I will be co-planting corn and cucumbers.
Timing is everything, and a garden calendar helps you sow, transplant and harvest at the optimal times. This calendar was for free in one of our food markets here in Norway. Start with marking in your last day of frost, then mark in what to sow, when and when it's time to harvest. This is a great way to keep my head organized, as all this sometimes feels overwhelming. A garden calendar is your gardening diary. Jot down successes, lessons learned and future plans. It's a chronicle of your green journey, helping you grow not just plants, but as a gardener. We'll see how this calendar works out and I'll evaluate it next winter. The seed package gives you an idea when to sow, but I experienced last spring that this is not always right for my area. Leek is a great example. It says on the package to be cultivated in March, and I picked up from an experienced gardener to start leeks in January-February in my region. There are a few things we always need to buy, but there are many things you can do to save money and start growing food almost for free. Let me show you a few DIY tricks to save money. This method takes little time and is totally free. It keeps the seeds snug, moist and ready to burst into life. It's like a seed burrito. No messy soil, no complicated setups. Newspapers, seeds, water and a glass jar is all you need. I always save glass jars from store-bought jam, pickles, etc. and now they came in handy. When they sprout, they're ready to be transplanted. I was gifted with a heating mat this Christmas, but you can get the same effect on your bathroom tiles. Take a stroll through your home and find hidden treasures. Old yogurt containers, egg cartons, or even takeaway containers can be transformed into seed starting pots. It's eco-friendly and world-friendly. I have been saving up a few plastic egg cartons, a few of these plastic grape containers, toilet rolls and milk cartons. If you live in a cold climate area and are in need of a greenhouse, there are many things we can grow in DIY greenhouses. I used some plastic boxes and the bucket I had laying around. Make sure you know the boxes are for food storage. The little bucket is probably not, but it only contains lavender and they are not for eating anyway. Planting seeds in toilet rolls is beneficial because they are biodegradable and make transplantation easy. Save up on toilet rolls and save money. The next thing I really would advise people to do is learn the trench compost method. I made a video about it in this fall. It's surprisingly effective, takes little time and helps enrich and loosen the soil cost-free. You simply dig your kitchen scraps into the ground. I only compost vegetable stems and leaves from the garden. This is a really cost-effective way to enrich your soil. This winter has been too cold to compost anything, so I have been saving up some kitchen scraps in the freezer ready for spring. I will bury most of these into a new bed for tomatoes. It is possible to start a garden without digging. No-till gardening is a method that avoids disturbing the soil by refraining from plowing or digging. Instead, plants are grown directly into the existing ground layered with cardboards before soil to suppress weeds. This benefits your garden in many ways, both reduced soil erosion, conservation of moisture, and improved soil structure. If you want to start a garden that way, you can start saving or collecting cardboards now in February.
So when you have decided what to grow and where to grow it, I would recommend you think about companion planting. The plants actually benefit from each other. Also, they could start a war, or they can make the cucumbers taste funky. Or did you know that I learned this last week, that carrots and leek actually confuse each other's crop pests? They actually do, and that's really cool. And you can use herbs and flowers to attract or repel insects. With every crop you want to sow, do some research and find out, can I co-plant this with something else that would benefit my plants? And co-planting is also beneficial if you have a small farm. You can grow lots of vegetables by planting together. So these are my tips if you're new to gardening and unsure of what you need and where you want to start. If you start with a no-till method and do some trench composting and start seeds inside in paper, it's cost-effective and time-effective and actually really fun. So enjoy your gardening, start very small and don't be afraid to fail. Planning is the key, and after the first year, you'll know for the next season what to grow, where to grow it, when to start it, and what type of equipment you need and what works for you in the area where you live. But start small and don't be afraid to fail, because you know failure always teach us something new. So thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you want to watch more videos like this. Please leave a comment below if you have some tips and tricks and you see me do something really wrong, because that happens every day.